ShoryuuEn Sencha from Shiga. So this is the same producer as the Genmaicha, which was pretty good. I do suspect this is going to be pretty great. That's my hope, because I think that the quality of the sencha that was used in the Genmaicha was pretty good. And I would suspect that they would try, as a company, to make their sencha superior tea. So here we go. Let's have a look. We will. Oh, they sent a lot. Nice. Be like over 5 grams. I just need 4.4. Let's put that over there. Wow, that's really a very specifically fragrant in a fragrance I really like to find in Japanese tea. That is fennel, anise. The aroma is called anethol. It's good. It's really good. So very. I mean, other things that have that aroma. Star anise, but that is more orangey. Absinthe, Pernod, licorice, sambuca, that kind of thing. So, I mean, the main thing that I smell is that. Again, pretty cool. I don't really smell anything else, honestly. I don't know if my nose is stuffed. Kind of feels like it might be. Well, just so I'm not wasting time, I'm just gonna get the water cooling down. I'll do it's boiling right now. I'll dump it into here, wait 2 minutes, and then we'll start. Just a sec. Okay, I didn't start a timer, so Alexa, start a timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds.
1 minute and 30 seconds, starting now.
That is Genmaicha. I don't need that right now. What is wrong? I can tell there's aroma. I just, for whatever reason, I can't smell it. I'm either nose blind to it, which shouldn't have happened so quickly, I think, or it's just stubborn, not really willing to give up its secrets to me. It doesn't happen often for me to find this anethol aroma in tea. So when I do find it, I'm usually super pumped about it. And usually, I suppose it's tied to this lactic creaminess. And so usually when I find it, I also associate it with very specifically tiger ice cream. Alexa, stop. Yeah, I mean, it's so clear to find that aroma, but that's kind of all I get. Okay. Alexa, start a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
I'm just trying to think, when was the last time I had a tea with this strong of an anise aroma? I guess usually it's been only really good sencha and gyokuro that makes me think that way. Anyway, I guess forget about that for now. It's very useful in the restaurant world, the world I'm part of for most of the day, to have green teas that are very different in how they smell. It wouldn't make sense to have sencha from all over Japan if it all smelled the same. And of course, it's the cultivar, surely the reason why this smells like it does. But I guess regardless of that, there's not really any Chinese teas that smell like this. There's not really any Indian teas I've had that smell like this. So this is very distinctly Japanese. And if you're going to have a menu which, you know, doesn't have 15 green teas on it, and you have to be a little bit selective, it's pretty handy to have ones that have such strong food flavors in them, like this. And so for that reason alone, I really like this already. Even if the flavor is rough, even if it has all sorts of negatives in it, there's plenty of ways to compensate for those with food. You know, if it was too bitter, then you can have something sweet along with it, so you can pair it with dessert. If it was too astringent, you can have it with fat. So Alexa, stop. Yeah, if it has, you know, a bunch of negatives to it, then maybe it's not fun to drink it as a tea by itself, but it's very useful in a food setting. We have here, the color is not super different than the Genmaicha actually. It's greener, but and there's a lot of particulate in there. It's quite cloudy. I might call that it's olive yellow to me. Looking at the tea, so the clarity is maybe a 7 out of 10. I can see everything, but it's starting to make the text blurry and such. So the fennel aroma is not there in here. I mean, at least not at first glance. It's a pretty potent smell. From what I think I know about tea, and as much as I've made this, you know, statement so far among some of the other teas that I've had in the set, in this experience, this is definitely not Yabukita. If this was Yabukita, I'm gonna just erase my mind and take a Japanese course for learning this stuff again from the very beginning. This, for me, it has nothing in common with what I think of when I think of Yabukita. It's such a soft, it's like really potent in that when you, I suppose, lock in on what you're smelling, and like then you start to kind of focus on whatever smell that is, that band of aromas is really potent. But that is a very soft aroma. It's very gentle, it's rather sweet. Like, if I had to guess, based on my tasting experience so far, and it's a bit of a loose guess. I mean, this again, I've had a couple times the opportunity to try some rare varietals. One of them that I try to buy and go back to, it reminds me of this, is Yamakai. I like Yamakai a lot, but I'm not really sure if I understand what makes Yamakai, rather than what makes tea producer X different from tea producer Y. Well, in any case, it does smell excellent. Currently, I am very excited. Maybe more so than any of the other sencha. Heavy, oily, very focused, potent. Gentle, mild. Take from that what you will. The gentle, mild sounds like it might be a negative, and I think in a way it kind of is. But I haven't decided that completely yet. Like, there's no fault. There's nothing bad about it. Now I'm just starting to look for things I really like. There's no sour, there's no astringency, there's no bitterness. In a perfect world, I wish it would be a little bit stronger and a little bit brighter. And I think I can do that. That's a brewing thing, I suspect. This is great. It's really savory. Like, to the point where it feels, yes, sometimes, I surely wouldn't be the only one. Sometimes, like, dentist or whatever will ask you to do like a saltwater mouthwash, like saltwater rinse. This is when I had my wisdom teeth taken out a few years ago. They're like, do a saltwater rinse for antibacterial sake. And so you do, and like you get this really strong salty finish in the mouth. Even then you try to rinse your mouth out with just regular water afterwards, it still kind of lingers. So I'm getting this salty, hot, lingering note like all around my mouth from this. This is great. I would sell this tea. I would definitely add this to my shop if I had room for other tea, which I do all the time. And the good thing is, it doesn't taste expensive. Although it tastes very high quality, something about it doesn't make me think it's expensive. And I don't really know what it is. I could be wrong. I am wrong, because for something to be so good, they generally are not cheap. I think what people end up paying for in Japanese tea is fragrance. And this does not really have high fragrance. And I think that will be a reason why it's not expensive. Really great, I would say food tea. Above everything else, this would be a really great food tea. And there's a particular dish at the restaurant that we have right now that I think this would be quite great for. That is a pesto gnocchi with prawns. It would be good for fish of all types. It would be good with pretty much all. I think seafood in general would be like it'd be great. But then when you start thinking outside the box a little bit, because green tea and seafood is kind of like a no-brainer. Of course, it's good. Well, I mean, to go into just a very simple sort of zone, but like roasted green vegetables, especially fennel, when you're doing things like somewhat low flavor vegetables by themselves, like your bok choy and things like that. This could be really nice with those two. Anyway, I guess this is just useless at this point, what I'm saying. I guess I will just smell this and be done with it all. It smells like green peppers. Sweet green peppers. So, could it be Koshun? Koshun is the only tea I've ever had which is peppery. I still don't think so. I don't think it's Koshun, only because Koshun's tea is usually more aromatic to me. But what the hell do I know? Very little, I think, in the grand scheme. Yeah, this is very fragrant. So grilled bell peppers and fennel. You couldn't go wrong. Bell peppers and beef, just like Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, great tea. ShoryuuEn. It's a Street Fighter joke if you don't know. Bye bye.